this pack worth 50,000 stubs in order to give yourself a chance at getting Larry Walker. Today's content drop starts off with a new event. This new event is called the Kaiju Part 2 and it ends May 25th at 2 p.m. Eastern. The rules for this event are you must use set 2 cards, and when we're talking about set 2 cards, it's in specific Kaiju cards as well as West and East division players, regardless of whether they are American or National League, and core cards as well, but they must pertain to those 2 divisions I just mentioned. The minimum overall for a player is a 75, meaning silver and above, and then the maximum team overall is a 95. It's going to be 3 inning games on all-star difficulty, and as always, it's free entries. For the reward path, I have some very important advice for you all. So as you can see, you will be receiving 2 rewards. One of them is going to be set 2 Joe Carter Kaiju series, and in terms of quirks, he has some really good quirks. So despite this card not looking too appealing based on his attributes, his defensive attributes, and his clutch, it will play above his attributes because of his quirks. You also have 97 overall Luis Gonzalez. That looks a lot better, but defensively, he's just not gonna hold with all the new cards that we have obtained, and he does have amazing quirks as well. So 2 cards that I would highly suggest getting, at least for the collection. Now, if you don't want to play the events out, that's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and purchase these cards as they get cheaper. It will probably only take you 1 to 2 hours worth of flipping in order to be able to purchase these cards. But if you are going to play this event out until you get the 20 wins, let's say for example, you want to make sure that you do not lock in either of these 2 cards. I would instead go ahead and always pick up from the event rewind whichever card you did not lock in and sold off in the previous event. And when it comes to this event, if you have obtained each and every single one when it comes to the event rewards, I would not lock in either, and I would not sell off either. Instead, I would wait until they are no longer in circulation, meaning that this event is over and there are new rewards and these 2 have been transferred over to the event rewind pack, and then I would select the one that is selling for the most in order to go ahead and have as a non-sellable, and then I would sell off the one that's selling for the most into the community market once I get that non-sellable pack in the next event, not during this event, and then I will lock in as well the cheaper one towards my collection. That way you're always making stubs when it comes to events and you're not getting ripped off by selling it off once everybody has obtained these event rewards. Before we go to the show shop, please make sure to hit that like button, the subscribe button, notification bell. Check out the description for the Discord, Twitch, social medias, and how to become a member. Inside today's content drop, there have been a lot of new show packs. We have ourselves the set 2 captains pack that features 95 overall Randy Johnson, 98 hit per 9, 81 pitching clutch, and the captain boost is if players are 6'6" or taller, he will give them hit per 9, K per 9, and stamina as a tier 3 boost. That is not too appealing. We also have Sammy Sosa, part of the 50 Homer Club. None of these captain cards are going to make it or break it on your Diamond Dynasty squad. Let's be completely honest. It's only if you are going to use the boost that these cards will be good. Tier 3 boost, because that's generally the boost we care the most about. He gives contact versus left, batting clutch, and 10 fielding ability. The batting clutch is probably the most important attribute that he gives, but still it is not that useful. If you look at his boost, it needs to be players that have hit 50 home runs in a season, which there will not be a lot. You also have the Short Kings from Joe Morgan. What does his boost give? Any hitter that is 5'10" or shorter, he's going to get contact versus right, power versus right, batting clutch, and fielding ability. This is a much better boost because not only are you getting the batting clutch, but you're also getting the power to right-handed hitters, which is very important since most pitchers in this game are right-handed pitchers. Continuing on, you have Raleigh Fingers, 95 overall. This might be the most usable one just because he is a reliever. In terms of the boost, it's any reliever or closer that has 30 or more stamina. He gives K per 9, hit per 9, and pitching clutch. This is a more usable boost as well. So overall, this is a well-designed card. We have ourselves 95 overall Cal Ripken Jr. His captain boost is hitters with 99 durability get 10 contact versus right, 15 contact versus left, as well as 10 batting clutch. Another good boost to go ahead and give. With 103 clutch, this card can be usable at shortstop or third base, probably not so much with the cards that we currently have, but I can definitely see if there are a lot of 99 durability players and they are high overalls, meaning 97 and above cards that you have gotten from either Team Affinity or the program, that this card can be very usable, even if you only play for 5 innings and then transfer to your bench in order to keep the boost active. Johnny Bench is coming in as well as a captain, and his boost is hitters from 1970s and 1980s. He's going to give you 10 contact versus right, 10 power versus right, 10 batting clutch, and 5 fielding ability. 1970s and 1980s, you probably are not using a lot of those players since Team Affinity have been players that have been more recent. Therefore, this card is probably not going to see much use. Despite being a very good utility card, it doesn't have great attributes either. Mookie Betts is going to be your arm accuracy captain. The captain boost is for hitters with 95 or higher arm accuracy. It's going to go at tier 3, give you 15 contact versus right, 15 contact versus left, 15 batting clutch, and 10 fielding ability. Another captain card that has great boost. Last but not least, it's going to be Salvador Perez. Salvador Perez is going to be the Venezuela captain. So any hitter that was born inside of Venezuela at tier 3 will receive 15 power versus left, 15 batting clutch, and 10 power versus right. So if Venezuela has a lot of contact hitters and you run a Venezuela themed team, then this card could be very good, as it will tremendously boost the power and give you even more contact whenever there are runners in scoring position. This is not bad. I like to say this is another good captain card. But the price of these cards are 30K. Is it worth 30K? I personally don't think so, unless you are already playing with those themed cards or you have a set theme in mind that you know will 100% benefit from one of these 8 captains. 99 overall alter ego Brandon Crawford is coming into the game, and the hitting attributes look amazing. The fielding attributes also look great as well. 40 speed is not too appealing, but when you look for the quirks, he has no quirks whatsoever. And this has become a game where a hitter is even better if they have quirks. So therefore, this card is not as great as it seems. 99 Larry Walker alter ego also enters the game. Maxed out clutch. The hitting attributes are amazing. The fielding attributes as well as reaction are also amazing for right field. 69 speed, we will take it. Does he have quirks? Yes, he does. So if you were to go ahead and purchase an alter ego pack and you get this round, Larry Walker as of right now would be 10 times the option that Brandon Crawford would be. Last but not least, in the rare round of the alter ego is going to be 99 Tom Seaver. 106 hit per 9, 101 pitching clutch. He has a 4-seam sinker, slider, 12-6, and a changeup. And then when we go and look at his quirks, he only has break outlier. Due to him not having fastball as an outlier, it makes him a little bit less usable, especially as you scale upwards in terms of difficulty. But as always, if you're able to mix up your pitches, you will do well with him. I would still select Larry Walker 10 out of 10 if I got the rare round 3 times. That way I can hold off on Larry Walker and then sell him off later when the alter ego pack isn't there anymore in order to make a great amount of stubs. Rare round, we have Luis Aparicio, a Venezuelan born player with 99 speed, 99 fielding, 94 arm accuracy. This card is more tailor-made to be used with that Venezuela team captain Salvador Perez in order to go ahead and get the boost from tier 3. The quirks are decent as well. Incognito series, Andrew Benintendi has maxed out clutch. Keep that in mind. The reaction at left field is 76, fielding 87, gold fielding, silver reaction, 72 speed is not that bad as well. In terms of quirks, it does not stand out too much. Incognito max Freed Alert, 96 hit per 9, 118 pitching clutch. That's very ideal. He has a 4-seam, 12-6 slider, sinker, circle change. So another good arsenal. And in terms of quirks, he has similar quirks to Tom Seaver. So nothing too special because you don't have an outlier. We also have closing pitcher Tom, I believe it's Hank, One of the two. I'm going to go ahead and say Hanky. He has 106 hit per 9, 103 pitching clutch, a 4-seam forkball, and a slider, and he does have outlier on the 4-seam. So if I were to pick any of these base rounds, right now, Tom would be my #1 option. Last but not least, we have ourselves Jose Abreu, who is a first base primary with no secondary position. That pretty much kills the card because you have a ton of first basemen / designated hitters that are going to be a lot better than him, but he does have some really good quirks that you can use to your advantage. This pack worth 50,000 stubs in order to give yourself a chance at getting Larry Walker? Probably not. Finally, we get ourselves a 99 overall Aroldis Chapman, maxed out hit per 9, maxed out pitching clutch, 4-seam slider, circle change, sinker, and a splitter. He has a 5-pitch arsenal, and then of course he's going to have outlier on the fastball. This card is amazing in terms of the attributes, and one that I would highly suggest going ahead and attempting and pulling from headliners, because it's going to maintain its value long-term 100% until set 2, of course, is no longer in the game. You also have G Money, left-handed hitter. He has 101 clutch, first baseman, left fielder, secondary position. Once again, this guy doesn't have great quirks, and he's most likely not going to crack your team despite being a 99 overall. So if you do get a diamond, you're looking for Aroldis Chapman, not G-Man choice. We head into the Tops Now program, in which you are selecting first and foremost one of the 4 flashbacks. Select the one that you did not select last week, as well as one of 2 captains for May Tops Now, and then you are getting yourself a ton of no-sell 90 to 95 overall Tops Now cards that you will use towards your set 2 collection. And then last but not least, the end reward is going to be 99 overall Kenley Jansen for absolutely free. 125 hit per 9, 125 pitching clutch, cutter, slider, sinker, 4-seam circle change, and he does not have a fastball outlier, but because he is a reliever with a 5-pitch arsenal and he has the cutter, sinker, 4-seam that you would want a reliever to have, he is going to be meta as he's always been inside the game. I highly suggest finishing your Tops Now program and adding this guy to your bullpen, because he's going to stay there long term until season 2 ends with Aroldis Chapman. If you're looking for more Conquest maps to grind, they went ahead and dropped a Cincinnati Reds Conquest map for you to go ahead and do. This Cincinnati Reds Conquest map is going to give you the new Cincinnati Reds icon, a banner, as well as a bat skin, and then last but not least, it's going to give you the Home City Connect uniforms. This is going to be a great way to do the Tops Now PXP mission that is with flashbacks, as well as the Tops Now players that came out this week. Looking forward to the next content drop. It is dropping the 25th of May, which is a Thursday, not a Friday. There we're going to get a new Incognito series program with Conquest Showdown and moments, as well as more Tops Now moments and the next Kaiju event. And then the second is going to be the upgrades and downgrades in terms of roster updates. So make sure you stay in tune, because we will have upgrades and downgrades predictions. It's only upgrades, not downgrades. Keep that in mind. Anyways, if you did end up enjoying today's content, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Go ahead and head into the description where we have our Twitch, Discord, social medias, how to become a member. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out.